Welcome back to Z-Man's EDC. Today we're going to be taking a look at and reviewing the Civivi Appalachian Drifter 2. So let's close this guy. So as you can see, we got this beautiful, I believe they call it twill carbon fiber. Wow, twill micarta. You got the carbon fiber bolster up here. She is cash money dead nut center on there. Nice pocket clip. I love this pocket clip on here actually. It's recessed with the recessed screws, which is awesome. You got a lanyard hole back here in the back spacer for your lanyard fans. Just a beautifully done knife as far as overall aesthetics and fit and finish. Wonderfully done. You got the nice hollow grind on there. I'm pretty sure it's a hollow grind. This is S35VN. It's got that nice folder on the blade. Real thin, slicey. I mean, look at that blade stock. It is not very thick at all. As you saw, I reverse flicked it with my finger there, which is the detent on this thing is not very. Probably the biggest downer on here is this detent. It's not very, so you really got to grab it and kind of get a good pop on it with you if you're going to reverse flick it. But it does have the top flipper up here, so you can do that. But as far as opening, it's a little bit, you got to definitely put a little oomph into it either way, just because that detent is not great. Probably the biggest downer about this guy, but it's just a beautiful blade, beautiful knife. I've enjoyed carrying it, love using it. And then, as you can see, we got the liner lock. Really good, solid lockup. The access to it isn't terrible. You got to work a little bit to get in there. But I noticed, and I think a couple other people pointed this out too, but if you look in here, right there, the liner is cut out. The inside steel liner is cut out to have more access there, but the scale itself, where the carbon fiber in the micarta isn't. So it's like they forgot to do a step. And I've seen a couple other people point that out too, so it seems to be, I don't know, like what the deal with that is, if they meant for it to be that way, if it was a forgotten step or what. But I feel like if that was cut out and all the same right there, the access would be so much better. See, like that reverse flick, you really got to hit it in the right spot and give it a little oomph. You can't just, or you're gonna fail it. So only downside of this knife, and it's not drop shutty either. See what I mean? The blade is so thin and light, it just doesn't. But I'm okay with that, because not every knife has to be super fidgety as long as it's functional, right? I can open it well enough, and I can close it one-handed still, so it's not a big deal. But man, I'll tell you what, this thing is great for slicing apples. I've been using it a lot for that. A good little paper slicer, great for cutting labels and stuff. I mean, it's super slicey, super awesome. I love it. I've been enjoying it. They definitely, let's see, they got the inside milled out there for lightweight on both sides. I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks like I can see it there. So they definitely cut down the weight on there. You got your typical Civivi pivot. But yeah, it's just a really clean, beautifully done. The jimping up here could almost be a little more grabby than it is, honestly. But it's not terrible. It still grabs all right. You can reach around and so I can do it. Yep. So that's pretty fun. Oops, see that reverse flick. Yeah, so awesome knife, digging it. But let's go ahead and do some size comparisons here and some measurements and whatnot for you guys. Get some of the spec stuff out of the way. So first we will compare it to one of my newest requirements, which you'll see in open unboxing videos around the same time this one's posted, is this QSP Penguin. You can see it's it's a little bit shorter than the Penguin in the handle. About the same blade edge and length overall. we'll do a pair of 3, a pair of 2. Kind of give you some visual size comparisons here. Oops, moving stuff around. You got the Rat 2. That one's got a dirty blade, sorry. You can tell that's one of my beater, one of the ones I used for beater stuff around the house. You got the Civivi Elementum. Pretty dead nuts overall size there. Got the Benchmade Bug Out. And what I think is a very good competitor for the Benchmade Bug Out, the Hogue Deca. And then a smaller knife to kind of give you guys an idea. The Kaiser Feist. Thought that'd be a good little comparison as far as smaller size compared to it. So there's that. Okay. So let's grab the tape measure. Bam. So blade length overall is going to be about 3 1/4. The overall cutting edge is about 3 inches dead on. Handle length overall, you're looking at just shy of 4 inches. Grip length, I would say 3. Well, hold on. Let's get overall handle length is going to be about 3 3/4. Overall grip length, I would say, is going to be about 3. Just over 3 1/2. So, kind of give you an idea. I mean, where you can actually grip. I mean, the ergos are pretty good, though. I wear medium and large size gloves. And you can tell I got a good 4-finger. Pinky comes in, and I still got room up there. So, I mean, it's not too bad for ergos, and it fits pretty good. Pocket clip isn't too noticeable. A little bit. Kind of digs in, but it's not too bad. I mean, this isn't a heavy use knife, so it's not like I'm going to be bearing down on it too much, you know. This is something that I use for lighter duty stuff. Like I said earlier, slicing apples, that kind of thing. Let's grab the scale for us here. Turn on. Maybe. Uh-oh. My battery's dead? Uh-oh. Hold up. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to wait on this guy today. I'm sorry. Did not know the batteries are dead in our scale. So we're going to wrap it up with that. I will tell you this. It is, I would say, not too much of off the weight of the Civivi Elementum. It's pretty darn close in weight. I mean, but they're both Civivi, so go figure, right? Full steel liners, both have, yeah. So the weight is right on par with the Elementum if they want to get a good bearing on the weight. I apologize. Need to replace the batteries in my scale. Didn't know that. So we will work on that and make that happen. But this is, once again, the Civivi Appalachian Drifter 2. Another quick note is the original Appalachian Drifter is a slip joint. So this being the second version, they made it into that liner lock like I showed you earlier. I'm not a big slip joint guy, and I always loved the aesthetics of this knife. So when they made it a liner lock, I was like, oh, gotta grab one now, because now you're speaking my language, right? So there you have it, Civivi Appalachian Drifter 2. So we're gonna wrap it up there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there and stay sharp.